As we start out this video, here's the sign that we had on the bus. So no matter where we went, Minnesota would pop up and be part of whatever country we were in, whatever, and this is an actual bus sign.
It's Sunday evening, November 23rd, Rosh Chodesh Kislev, and our group has come together for the evening. I am Lucy Rose Fisher. Being in Poland with our group was really special because that was where my parents were from. Krakow was my hometown. And just being there, being where my grandparents were buried, and being in the place where so many of my family were murdered. It was very moving, and we really appreciated being with our Israeli colleagues too. And I look forward to being with your congregation someday when I come to Israel. We come there every year because my children live there.
שלום חברים, אנחנו מתגעגעים לכם מאוד מאוד. שמי יואל. And as our Israeli friends from the trip know, that's about the extent of my Hebrew. I enjoyed so much becoming friends with you, and though we were together only for a week, I feel the friendship is deep with all of you. And Yoram, and Inbal, and Dikla, and I feel like I'm missing someone, Ron, and of course Yonatan, and Mirav, and Ayal. Okay, we miss all of you, and so much value our time together. There's so much wisdom that you brought from sharing your perspective, both in the group discussions we had and in the individual discussions. And we were asked to just share some of the things that we shared during the trip. And as you'll recall, on the trip, after the day at Majdanek, the evening at dusk at Majdanek, and the next morning some of us gathered to daven Shachrit, and I commented on the bus the next day that when I hit the phrase of the Amida that talked about Umkayem emunato lishnei afar, that I was just so deeply challenged. What does that mean? The Kayem emunato lishnei afar, when we had a sense of what that afar was at the Majdanek. And there was so much sharing that occurred from that. I think it was in one of our discussions when Annette Sandler commented on her experience at Majdanek, of how the room where the bodies, after being gassed, were desecrated by having the teeth removed and the like, was like the room where we do tahara as a part of our Chevra Kedisha, and what an act of chesed and rachamim that is. And I think it was either Yoram or Inbal who commented how that was so interesting and challenging, what that experience of Tahara is, and how that is different from how you experienced it with your experiences, and just the different perspectives we share just so enriched all of our experiences. So we just want to say we miss you, and we're looking forward to continuing discussion together. Shalom.
I'm Vic Sandler, and it's special for me to talk to all of you again, and it was an experience the likes of which I will never have again. One of the things that I wanted to relate has to do with the special Shema that Rabbi Yonatan taught us, that we sang every morning. The Shema is such a special prayer for all Jews, but for me it was the prayer that my father taught me when I was 4 or 5 years old, and that I said every night to my parents. I didn't know what it meant then, and to be able to learn this new Shema with Yonatan on a trip like this, and then to come back to the States, and this past week saying Kaddish for my father, covering my eyes and saying the Shema, and visualizing not only my father and my mother, which I do when I say the Shema now, but also the having the souls and the bonded to the souls of the people, our people that died, that were murdered. And Yonatan, I just wanted to thank you because that made the experience that was so powerful that much more spiritual for me, which is important, which is to take this experience that we had and turn it into something that just forwards the depths of my Judaism, which is what this did. So thank you for that. It was a gift.
Sheldon Chester and my wife Lily Chester, and I just would like to say that you, the Israeli contingent, really made our trip most interesting. We are very grateful that you were with us in Poland. We wish you were also with us in Germany. You offered us a unique vision of your experience, how it might have differed from ourselves, and it was you were very, very lovely people as well, and we wish you the very best.
There was so much that was added by your Israeli contingent to our trip. I don't want to leave anyone out, but Dikla's interesting comments and beautiful songs were such a wonderful mood setter, and sharing thoughts with Eyal and Yoram and Inbal. It was such a wonderful exchange that it really enhanced the trip, and listening to what Rabbi Yonatan had to say and his wonderful yoga when we needed to relax was great. And we look forward to seeing them all again, either in Israel or possibly Minneapolis.
שמי הרב קרביץ מעדת ישורון במינטנקה, ואני רוצה להגיד שהיינו כל כך שמחים שהיה חברה מהקהילה ממגן אברהם מעומר, ולהיות ביחד בוורשה, לראות את הרב גיל וזיווה, להיות ביחד בלובלין, בקרקאו, במיידנק, באושוויץ, לראות מה היה שם לפני המלחמה, מה קרה במשך השואה, ואז לראות החיים שם, שיש יהודים שם, יש אנשים שמעוניינים בחיי היהודים. זה היה משהו נורא לראות. ולראות את זה מבחינת הישראלים היה חשוב מאוד. היה לנו קשר חזק עם הקהילה, בין עדת ישורון במינטנקה ובין הקהילה בעומר, אבל להיות ביחד זה אפילו יותר חזק, ואנחנו כל כך, אי אפשר להגיד שמחים, אבל זה כל כך חשוב לנו, את הקשרים האלה. תודה רבה.
Mike Selnick.
Rini Selnick. Just wanted to say hello to you guys, and hope you're enjoying warm weather because we are not. We're having fun at Riva's, talking about the good times we all had together, the bad times, the difficult times, the sad times. We kind of relived the trip through everyone's eyes and ears. We were so happy that you were there to share the experience with us. We know that we will see you again. Yonatan, if you're there, we will see you in a couple of weeks. Or a month or so when you come in, we'll come to services and for a meet and greet. And that's it. Be well.
Hello, my name is Gary Keyboard. I had the pleasure of traveling with all our friends from Israel to Poland and Germany just last month. And it was incredible pleasure to travel with everybody, and at the same time it was very, very meaningful. And as some of you know, I'm a first-generation Holocaust survivor. My mom, Reva, who perhaps will speak soon, is a survivor. So the trip meant a lot to me because I got to travel with my mom, my sister, and my niece, and with all our Israeli friends as well. I run a summer camp in the United States, and it's a summer camp that 700 American kids attend for the last almost 70 years. But we also have Israeli kids that come from Sderot to camp each year as well. And Israel is very important to me, and also remembering the Holocaust is obviously very important to me. But it's not just about remembering, it's also about not forgetting. And the trip that we all went on was something I will never forget, and I will never forget experiencing the things that we saw with everybody on that trip.
Hey, Jonathan, it's Leland Frankman, the South Dakota boy, now transplanted into Minneapolis. I'm the boy that went to college with your dad, and but I mostly remembered for being the husband of the beautiful Marlis Frankman of Northeast Minneapolis. Jonathan, I was really sorry when you left Adath. I know you had to go to Israel, or wanted to go to Israel. I know that you're a great rabbi and a great spiritual leader for the folk in Omer, and as you were in Minneapolis, and we're hoping to see a lot more of you in the future, wherever you may be. So shalom and lahitraot.
Hi, I'm Lois Butwin, and this is my husband.
I'm Ron Butwin.
And I would just like to let you know that it was a wonderful experience traveling with all of you, and it added a dimension that we would not have had without you. So thank you very much for coming and for your contributions, and we will look forward to seeing you again someday.
Now, I have to say, I really enjoyed having all the Israelis on the trip with us. Not only did you add another dimension in a good way, but you also gave us a viewpoint of things that we weren't expecting. We didn't know what to expect. We liked every one of you, and for different reasons. Well, not every one of you. A couple of you we weren't sure of for a while. But after that, we found that we liked everybody. We had so much fun with you guys. And we wish more of the congregation could have been along with you. I don't know how all of you can be in the same room in Omer and not cause trouble, because you caused so much trouble on this trip. No, there again, I'm changing the facts a little bit. You guys were wonderful, sharing your stories, your personal stories, sharing your thoughts on things that we all saw for the first time together. It was wonderful. And Jonathan, you being there was really nice. It made it fun for all of us too. So we really want to thank you for being there, and we will keep you in mind probably the rest of our lives. What do you think, Lo?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Lahitraot.
My name is Riva Keyboard. I am taping this in my own house. We just finished a wonderful evening with a group that we traveled with to Poland and Berlin. It was wonderful being with everybody. I understand that I'm speaking to my Israeli friends. I really missed you. I wish you would have all been here. You would have enjoyed it very, very much. I just want you to know how much we enjoyed being with you on this trip. I learned a lot about you, and I hope that you learn a lot about us. And I hope maybe someday you'll come and visit Minnesota, and it would be wonderful to see you. And if there's no room for you to stay, you are welcome to stay in my home.
And Riva, I have a question. If they want a meal, do you think you could put something together?
I can cook anything you like.
Oh, thank you for dinner, for everything.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks for everything. It was really
Oh, this is the room. This is the room.